Hey there, Zinies. Welcome to week 2. But before I jump into what's going on with week 2, I want to ask you, did you watch Joe's video in that Teach Us assignment? It was so funny. I was rolling. And in fact, I showed some of the other faculty at Mount SAC and they were rolling too. So nice job, Joe. Nice job, everybody else too. I don't think everybody else's was quite as funny, but that's okay. That wasn't the objective. And Joe's was funny by accident anyway. So that's the way that went, but it was really, really funny. Thanks, Joe. I also want to say great job, everybody, on the assignment 1, where you connected, you answered the questions, and you engaged each other in a very effective way. The importance of that is to develop community. You all talked about how one of the things that scares you is this idea of an online course, and I understand that. And the way that we can make the online course better is to develop really good community, and the only way we can do that is if you guys do it. I can't do it for you. So the more you participate in these discussions, the more you interact with one another, the more you connect with one another. I'm going to give you a ton of opportunities to do that, the better. So it's on you guys. You want to make this course a cool course, you got to connect with each other. Okay, let's take a look at week 2 where we're going to cover Photoshop. And it is just a superficial covering of Photoshop. So don't worry if you're new to Photoshop. Don't worry about remembering how to do everything. All the purpose of week 2 is to just get you familiar with Photoshop. Just get you familiar with how it feels, how it looks, and some of the things you can do with it. Again, don't worry if you don't remember everything that you learn in these videos. And in fact, that's what they are, tutorial videos by Adobe. I want to caution you one thing though. These videos are of an older version of Adobe Photoshop, so there are a few things that look or act a little bit differently. That sometimes scares students. When something in a video isn't exactly like what they're experiencing, sometimes they kind of freak out. But what I'd like you to do, if you would, please try to figure it out yourself. First, try to think about maybe what might you do to get what that author of the video is trying to teach you. If you can't figure that out, then go ahead and Google your question. So the first step I want you to do is try to solve your own problem. That's really important in this class. Graphic designers who work in the real world have to solve their own problems. That's part of this assignment. It's not an accident that everything doesn't work right. You have to try to figure some of these things out. It's part of the learning that I want you to go through. If for some reason you cannot figure things out after you tried, you don't need to try an hour or two, just try a minute or two. And if after a couple minutes you can't figure it out, go ahead and post on the discussion board, and I'm happy to answer, or maybe even another student will answer. And if you still, after posting, can't get it right, sometimes I have to show you a screen and do a demo myself. I can do that one of two ways. I can either do a quick recording and send that to you, send that video file to you, and you can watch it. But it's usually a little bit easier if you connect with me during my office hours on Zoom. Then I can show you my screen and we can talk about what's going on, and you can continue to ask questions. So that's a very good thing for you to connect with me on Zoom. Now, if you can't make my office hours, don't be afraid to reach out and ask me to schedule a Zoom time with you where I can connect with you on Zoom at another time that's more convenient for you. Okay? Well, that's it for week 2. I want you to read the rest of the information on this page. Make sure you read every word. Don't skip anything. Don't skim over everything. And have fun photoshopping.